Shalom, Yabashim Yeshua. Third to our brothers, Yahweh Shemar, Thun Bashim Yoshai. Priest officer, that we welcome to you once again. It is the I.S.U.P.K. Lashawan Qadash, I.S.U.P.K. Lashawan Qadash. Something that I want to make sure that I point out before we get any further, before we go any further. People look and they wonder, it's just like, why do you be like, oh, the language of my father, right? It's important that we recognize and identify that this is our language. Our forefathers spoke it. They taught it, of course, until we went to captivity, until we went into captivity. And it was stolen. It was stripped from us. Now, if you don't think that's significant, let's ask brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, who have been incarcerated. Let's ask brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, who have went away for long periods of times. Like, let's talk about Muhammad Ali for just a second, right? Muhammad Ali. Who is Muhammad Ali? What's the importance of talking about Muhammad Ali?
Shalakia, sir. Muhammad Ali is one of the greatest all-time
boxers. He is one of the greatest of all time, right?
Right.
But what's important about Muhammad Ali? What's significant other than that he's one of the greats?
Go ahead. Shalakia, sir. I would say like he was more for his people.
Right. He tried to be for his people, right? Tell me something else. Tell me something else. What is he known for though? Other than, you know what I'm saying, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Other than, you know what I'm saying, you know, trying to be for his people. What's significant about
that? I think, Salaki, if I may, how should I say this though? Like, more likely he would be like, what is that word? An inspiration for young black and brown people as well. It's like, far from being a great fighter, a decent man, etc. And definitely an inspiration, sir, for young black and brown kids.
What do you recall how his career went?
Shalaki, his career was running smooth during his early 20s and during his prime, and however they tried to make him join the Vietnam War, but he refused to. He wasn't going for that.
So that's what I want. That's the significant part. Yeah, he's a boxer, you know what I'm saying? He's the champ, of course, right? However, you know, he talked about what? The Viet Cong. The Viet Cong ain't do nothing to me. You understand? I got brothers and sisters right here. And of course, they try to force him. I don't care if they want to say that he was scared or not. Listen, he took a stance. You understand? He took a stance. And what was that stance? What was the stance that he took? As the heavyweight champion who had a title, of course, nobody was touching Muhammad Ali, of course. No one was touching Cassius Clay.
Salakia, I'm trying to remember some other things he quoted though, but he said
no. I mean, you already said it. You already said it. They try to force him. You know what I'm saying? They try to force him to go into the draft. You understand?
God.
So in trying to force him to do something that he did not have to do. He didn't have to do it. But even if they try to say no, he had to. Well, no, he had a choice. You understand? Just like we have a choice. We have a choice, you know what I'm saying, to partake in society, in whatever they have going on. We have a choice to not partake. We have a choice to say no. Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying, said what?
Salaki, sir, Muhammad Ali said he refused to at all means. He's not,
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, mm-hmm. 'Cause, 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 'cause I can't quite remember though, but he was saying a bunch of things heavy that pertain to his people. It was a lot of things he made kind of just, but quite remember, again, seemed like to make a fool of him or try to make him get jacked over in some type of way, but you know how.
Listen, look. This. Look, man. It said Muhammad Ali refuses the Vietnam War draft. Prior to his match against, was it Foley? Ali received news he had been drafted to fight in Vietnam. He'd been drafted. Does that sound? What happened a few years ago?
Salak, are you referring to the military?
Mm-hmm.
Salak, not to kind of throw off the topic though, but I know when I served back in the early 2000s though, they was throwing people in technically like they were drafting them because according to my knowledge though, when I was serving in the military back since 2006, they said you have to deploy at least twice for them not call you back. I ended up doing 3 combat tours as an infantry soldier. Sorry.
All right. I'm gonna go over this real quick. All right. Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman was an American professional football player, right? He left his sports career and enlisted in the U.S. Army in May of 2002. This was after September 11th, right? After 9/11. Pat Tillman gave up his whole sports career. Let's read, you know what I'm saying? Was he really 42? Nah, he wasn't 42. Like, I think he would have been 42 today, if I'm correct. He would have been 42 today. Let's go here. Because they call Pat Tillman a hero, right? All right. Tillman joined the Army Rangers and served served several combat tours before he was killed in the mountains of Afghanistan. At first, the Army reported that Tillman had been killed by enemy fire. At first, but Pat Tillman was killed by his own. Controversy ensued when a month later, on May 28, 2004, the Pentagon notified the Tillman family that he had been killed by fire from his own side. The family and other critics alleged that the Department of Defense delayed disclosure until weeks after Tillman's memorial service out of desire to protect the image of the U.S. military. Here's somebody I'm saying who is considered to be like a hero. You understand? He's considered to be like a hero. But nonetheless, the U.S. did what? The family says that they try to protect their image. So they let it be known that he wasn't killed by friendly fire. Let him believe that it was the enemy that did it. Pat Tillman was considered a hero for what he did. He died for his country. Congratulations, Pat Tillman. You did what you should have done. Go fought and died, you know what I'm saying, for your country. You understand? He went and fought for his nation, for the rights, you know what I'm saying? The stars burst in the ears, the blue stripes, white stars, all that, red stripes, white stars, whatever. He fought for, you understand, what he believed in, which was a country that was set up by his forefathers, by his ancestors. He was protecting his ancestors, their legacy. Despite the fact that he got killed by his own. Doesn't matter. It's not relevant, right? he fought to protect the freedoms of America. You know, many people say like you and I, whatever, we're enjoying whatever. But Muhammad Ali, what did Muhammad Ali do? Muhammad Ali, prior to his match against Foley, Ali received news he had been drafted to fight in Vietnam. When Ali arrived to be inducted into the United Armed Forces, however, he refused, citing his religion. His religion forbade him from serving. Y'all hear that? Ali said his religion forbade him from serving. How many of you are willing to sit there, you understand, and give up and let go whatever because the Most High requires it? The Most High demands it. This is the Lashawan Qadash. You understand? I'm bringing it out because there's brothers who speak the Lashawan Qadash fluently. You understand? I mean, sure, you know, we say Shalom, Yahweh, Shem, Shabbat, Thumb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that we've been saying over and over and over. There's brothers that struggle. I remember when I first was like, Salakia, say that. She Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Barak up. I got it. You understand? I sat in a class. Why? Because this is something that our forefathers, you understand? Mm-hmm. This is what they taught, what they fought. Slaki, if you could, go ahead and adjust that the way that I showed you last time, Baba Kusha. Come. The forefathers, you know what I'm saying, our forefathers, you know what I'm saying, would not be proud to say that. You understand? Like, we strayed away from our heritage. Muhammad Ali had his title stripped from him. If you understand the significance of that, his title, it was taken. No one was beating Muhammad Ali. He wasn't losing in fights. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, he was undefeated, right? Muhammad Ali was undefeated. But he lost the title. It was stripped. It was taken from him. Because he refused. He refused. He said, because of my religious belief, I cannot. I refuse. It's difficult for me to say it because it's almost as if it's like listen. I would if God, you know what I'm saying, if the Most High didn't forbade me from doing so. Is it like I can't? I'm not allowed to. But to what extent? You understand? How far are you willing to go? Are you willing to forego Christmas? The Most High forbids us. The Most High forbids us from taking on the customs of other nations, from following their customs, the way that they treat one another, how they treat us. Because we join their armed service, what happens? What will we eventually have to do?
Salakia, and Salakia for me saying this, if I may, they still look down at you as a quote unquote nigger, spick, or wetback though. They just do it very low key about it though, because it's a sophisticated, Salakia for me. It's just because I've been in the service though. It's a sophisticated type of way how they make it low key though. But at the same time, they when they deal with you though, they try to quote unquote be professional or smile at you or you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of, you know, you're pretty for, you know,
Right.
colored person, whatever.
Exactly.
Things like the subliminal, you know what I'm saying, backhanded slights, backhanded compliments. But eventually what you will do, remember, you know what I'm saying, remember years ago, go ahead.
Salaki, and domestic thing about it though, based off from our experience, though, even though I got a lot of black and brown brothers in the service though, because I'm close with them now, but from before and prior though, at times though, domestic biggest though, like a lot of black and brown brothers, like, you know what I'm saying, Negroes, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, etc. though, give a wicked eye towards one another in the service though. And I know this by experience, evidence, everything though, because it's the way how it's designed, you know.
Yeah.
The oppressor did it in a real crafty, sophisticated way to make it seem like we weren't towards each other though, but be cool with the oppressor, hang out with the oppressor and all this other stuff, and be nice, but you know, right. Through time, I start to like. I wasn't the truth yet, sir, but through time, I was starting to understand like what was really going on, though, you know, because me, I always knew that like Puerto Ricans and Mexicans was our brothers and sisters at some way, anyways, in Dominicans, see, but all this is like done sophisticated and without us knowing, and then you know, us going through oppression for so long, no, but like the military and other things do it in a more sophisticated way that we, you know. So.
All right. No, you're right. So I'm gonna give you two different cases. Y'all remember George Floyd?
I remember George Floyd when his neck was on the oppressor's knee for 9 minutes.
What was that, Minnesota?
Come.
National Guard was called during there, right?
Right.
Remember Jacob Blake?
I heard of him though. I didn't like. I ain't too familiar with the incident though. But I hear those names.
Jacob Blake. National Guard was also what? Called then. So one of the reasons in general that it does not help whatsoever for us to even partake, whether we're joining the National Guard, whether we're joining the police force, whatever it is, what's going to happen?
As far as like our people, sir,
Sure.
We're still going to get oppressed the same way, just some more salaki. Yes, we're still going to get oppressed the same exact way, just a more sophisticated, crafty way. Without you even knowing. This is based on my experience being in Esau's military.
All right. So Muhammad Ali is supposed to be for his people, right?
Come, sir.
If he was to join the National Guard, then what?
They did draft him into war at a time like that, sir.
Don't think of what was going on at that time, right? Don't think of what was going on right then. Think about like these recent events that I just mentioned and spoke about. The National Guard was called after, you know what I'm saying? Man, I wasn't going to say, it's not Walter Scott. It was the, is it Amir Brown?
Oh, okay.
Is it Amir Brown, the brother, you know what I'm saying, that was shot and killed from the store? He was trying to leave, and they called it and said that
could be so many names. So many different incidents like it. So.
Michael Brown. Mike Brown, that's what it was. Right. All right. Michael Brown, of course, though, Michael Brown was shot and killed in Missouri, Ferguson, Missouri. That was happened, right? Was not the National Guard called then?
It sure was.
National Guard, you know what I'm saying, was called then. George Floyd, National Guard was called then.
Slocky, most definitely happened.
So for all those brothers, you know what I'm saying, who joined up to the service and they're a part of the National Guard, for all those brothers, right? Imagine Mike Brown's cousin. Like, just think about this for a second, just to try to drive this home for a moment. Mike Brown's cousin is in the National Guard. George Floyd's brother is in the National Guard. And it's saying, like, Jacob Blake's brother is in the National Guard. And what's going on right now? There's protesting, right? No justice, no peace. No justice, police. Defund, no peace. Defund the police, whatever. There's these protests going on. Why? Because this is something that needs to stop. It needs to stop. But what's the problem now with each one of these brothers that I just mentioned who joined the National Guard?
Slocky, they're serving the oppressor, and
they're serving the oppressor. How can they be for their people? How they're going to join for a better tomorrow. They're trying to join for a better future for their children, of course. Wow.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't even know who this is right now, though, but I just got a notification. The NAACP leader, Kent Carter, was killed during an ambush while celebrating his birthday. Like, what kind of nonsense is that?
So that's a brother or that's a heathen?
I mean, I can't tell you, but it looks like a Jake.
If it's a
It
Jake,
looked like a Jake.
It's like if it's a Jake, though, see, celebrating, living the customs of the heathen. Yeah? So,
Regardless,
right.
of course, you know what I'm saying? I haven't done any this is him. This is him. This is what it looks like.
Oh, that's him. Yeah, that's a brother. Yeah,
I mean,
a bunch of stuff.
You can't just say look at him like
Right.
You know, should I be that guy that's like, oh look, he's light skinned, he's not a brother.
Right.
Becoming all shades as a speckled bird.
Could be heathen. Right.
It's just at the end of the day, no regard for life is what they said. At the end of the day,
so I got blue. What's his eyes? No, but that would be that's still about it.
Listen, my son had gray eyes when he was born.
Right, hazel eyes.
Actually, they were green. Like whatever.
Right, my great grandfather on my mom's side got hazel eyes. I don't mean that.
Right, but that's not the point. That's colors. Stay focused. Like focus on what we do. What we're talking about is the fact is that Muhammad Ali took a stance, and in him taking that stance, what was stripped and taken from him, right? He took a stance, but there were still limitations. You know what I'm saying? Like he still was out here celebrating Christmas. He's still out here celebrating birthdays. He's still out here, you know what I'm saying, participating in the oppressor's holidays and the oppressor's customs, right? But what about his forefathers? You know what I'm saying? Like, he felt so strongly about not fighting the Viet Cong. Okay. What about us? Who's willing to stop participating in those customs, right? Because there's a lot of brothers and sisters who's like, oh, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't do all that. They don't do those things, right? Because they're 7-day Adventists, whatever the hell you want to call them, right? They're spiritual now. But here's the catch. Is it enough to stop it?
It's like, it stop what?
You can stop celebrating Christmas. You can stop celebrating birthdays. You can stop, participating in what has been traditional, for America,
Right.
for the U.S. and their forefathers. You can stop doing all that. But what does it do? What does it mean? What's the point? What's the purpose?
So like it's still a vain because I had like kind of like two answers. Well, one, you're supposed to regardless if you don't celebrate none of those or live like heathen custom, you're still supposed to serve the Lord and keep His commandments. And the other one was here go a big one. Like Muhammad Ali was a great person though, but it really don't matter because at the end of the day, he was still serving another God by dealing with Islam, quote unquote Islam. I could be wrong, but either way, whatever he had going on though, he was still serving another God and not the God of the Bible. So that's a big thing. That's the main big thing. You know what I'm saying? Like serving whatever you got going on, you are serving another God. You're not serving the God of the Bible.
Right.
Point blank.
Not serving the God of the Bible, right? So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, they're doing everything other than what they should be doing. Right? They're looking for help. They're looking for guidance, not from the Most High, not from, the one true power. Right? Not from the one true power, but from who?
They want to seek vanity from heathens.
Oh, my dude.
Because everything that heathens do are bad to the Lord. Lord has nothing to do with it.
Let's see. What we're doing over there. You haven't seen that. A little bit more space. Grab Psalms chapter 60. Psalms chapter 60.
Book of Psalms, chapter 60.
Yeah. I'm giving you a chance. Can you read this?
Kadoka.
I'm giving you no translation. Just read it.
All right. Pronounce it.
That's right.
Okay. Kadoka. That would be Habaha Lanawa Isabath.
Say that again.
Isabath.
Say that again.
Isabath.
Say it.
Isabath. It's not Isabath, it's Isabath. Isabath. Yeah.
On the right hand side, go ahead. Keep reading.
All right, I read those on top already. I'm about to start with the middle. The next one's Matazar. That's Matazar. Next one is Washa. Washa Wa. Washa Wa.
Hey, Shalom. Shalom, man. Go ahead. I'm listening.
All right, and then the last one at the bottom is Adam.
I'm listening. Say it again.
Adama. Because you don't have what you call it. Adama.
There you go. Let's see you write it on the board.
Kadoka. Okay.
This is why I have you do. Above each character, right? Okay. Does that make sense?
All right. Each character single, or like, do you want me to write?
No, I want you to write above each character. I want you above each character, each letter, alphabet.
Put the all right.
So if it's you know what I'm saying?
Right like this. Like that, sir?
God.
Ha. Lanawa. I said that. Lanawa.
No commentary, just write the words out. No. Right.
You still want the whole
right, yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure, right, because of that. Because I'm saying that and I know what that is, sir. God.
All right, on the right hand side, I want you to write it in the correct format.
God. Slocky, do you want me to write it on the right hand side or you want me to write it below?
No, right on the right hand side.
You still be God.
So you can write it the way that we would read it.
God.
If you read it in English.
Okay.
Careful of that chord right there. No. When I say read it, you're gonna write it from left to right, not right to left. We're not writing in Hebrew, we're writing in English.
Okay. Right.
make it a little bigger so that everybody can see it. Salaki. Mm-hmm. All right. So if you read that, how would you read that?
Salakia. I got it. Salakia.
Okay. So so just go ahead and read it. How about it?
Start from the top, sir.
Yeah.
Habaha, Lanawa, Izarath, Matazar, Washawa, Adama, Adama.
Um, it could be me. I have to confirm on the two. I believe the translation. Oh no, listen, I'm about to go ahead and correct all of this. Don't get beside yourself. Don't get beside yourself. All right. So first off, you know what I'm saying? Habaha, Tawab, Lanawa, Tawab, Izarath. What you did when you wrote it, you corrected yourself. If you recall, this is also recorded, so if we need to, we'll go back later and show it to you. When you first did it, you said Izabah. So
Oh God, damn it! Slacker.
That's the reasons why I had you repeat it like 3 times. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I try to have you repeat it 3 times. Okay, cool, you missed it. No sweat. Let's move on to the next thing. All right? Matazar. And when you wrote it, yes, you wrote it correctly. However, when you spelled it out, Matazar, you put the Matazara, right? And then you went back and you dropped the ah, which is Tawab. Most I encourage him saying you saw that and corrected. That's Tawab. Now, Washa'a. I will confirm this. I have to confirm Washa'a. but it would not be washa. You know what I'm saying? Washa. You know what I'm saying? That's like washa, washawa. It would, if anything, the A would drop. You know what I'm saying? So that could just be a standalone at the end. It may not be connected the way that I put it on the board. So that just may be on me. I have to touch bases, you know what I'm saying, with a couple of the brothers, you know what I'm saying, about washawa, which is it's crazy because it's one of those, it almost goes forward and backwards, right?
Okay.
It's not the case. We talked about that last class. And then Adam, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like Adam, which is the first man. It may not be Adamah, so it may just be Adam. You know what I'm saying? Adam.
You didn't put this though.
Right. I said it may just be. Once again, that is where I said I will have to just check and confirm those. Have a seat for a second now. I have to check and confirm. But this precept, right? Psalms chapter 60 verse 11.
Did you want me to read it, sir?
Sure, go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 60, verse 11. Give us help from trouble.
Give us what?
Give us help from trouble.
So we are facing all types of, you know what I'm saying, troubles. We're facing all types of issues and, you know what I'm saying, things that plague us. What type of things plague us?
Continue on, sir.
No, I was saying, what type of things plague us?
Oh, what type of afflictions? Oh, drugs, illegal weapons, horrible, you know.
The other night, you know what I'm saying, we were going over the class, right?
Okay.
What was the big topic of conversation? What was the big topic for that night? What were we talking about? The day after. You know what I'm saying? The conclusion of the Day of Atonement. The conclusion of the Day of Atonement.
Oh, it's Salaki. The purpose is
the day after, once the conclusion of the Day of Atonement. There's a lot of brothers here, right? There's a lot of, you know, brothers that was, yeah, I can understand what you're talking about. I can understand, you know, what we're going over right now. Because you know what I'm saying, I've been through it. Or my family have been through it. We all have been afflicted. What were we talking about now? What was the class?
Salaki, if I may, it's something about making your spirit go through affliction, making your spirit adjust through hard afflictions.
Nah. We were discussing more specifically, we were discussing about how we are being stopped by the police, 79%, even though we're only 30% of the population. That's huge. Why is it that we're 79% of traffic stops? Why is it that, you know, when it comes to the prison system, why are we the ones that are filling up the cells? You understand? Like, we're a target, we're oppressed. You know, like, this affliction is not the same, you know, as in we are afflicting ourselves to prevent from sin. This affliction stems from oppression. So the difference, even though you said affliction, this is more so oppression. We are being afflicted because of oppression. We're not being afflicted because, drugs or all that. This is from oppression, specifically from oppression. You're a black man driving down the street, of course, and what's happening? You're getting pulled over. Brothers was like, oh man, I'm getting pulled over again. For what? Because I'm a black man driving, like, come on, now that profiling. It needs to stop. It has to stop. The oppression that we face is something very severe. But that will not go away until we start to not look to our oppressor to take their foot off the necks. It's not for us to look to the oppressor. Where should we look? And this goes back to what you started to say, which goes into the Day of Atonement.
Salakia, follow the Lord of the Bible and keep his commandments.
But go ahead.
And Salakia, not only that though, learn from the men that's above you in the school, because any brother or sister can read a Bible though, but they don't understand it.
This is more specifically from the stance of afflict yourself to not sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where that affliction comes from. The affliction is not to sin. All right? So that's why our affliction in this particular case, if we were to stop sinning, you understand? Then our help can come from the Most High.
Okay.
But we do sin and expect our affliction to be lifted. So go ahead and read the precept. Call it out.
Khan, sir. I'll read it from the top again. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 60, verse 11. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man.
For what?
For vain is the help of man.
For vain is the help of man.
Okay.
The NAACP. What is it going to do for us?
Nothing.
What is the National Action League going to do for us?
Nothing.
What is Barack Obama going to do for us?
Nothing, sir.
What is that $1.48 million that the city of Syracuse received as a grant to stop violence? You can have a seat up. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
It's not going to do anything for us. So as we continue going to the other nations, right, for help to escape our affliction, our oppression, like, this is the different definition, if you would like to say, when it comes to affliction. There's affliction that comes from oppression, and then there's affliction that comes, from as we fasted. Look, you afflict yourself, you afflict your soul to not sin. You understand? You learn discipline. Oh, shoot, you know what? I went a day without eating. I went a day without drinking. I can stop smoking weed. You understand? I can resist my urge to be a hoe. I can resist my urge to lay with hoes. You understand? I'm not going to the party like, yo, where the hoes at? Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, someone that I can trust, someone that I can confide in. I'm looking for someone who's to be a Proverbs 31 sister. You understand? So let us not put our trust, into man.
Okay.
So let's not look to that vain help, because it's not going to do anything for us. Keep reading that.
For verse 12, sir?
Khan.
This is the book for Psalms, chapter 60, verse 12. Through the Most High we shall do valiantly.
Through the Most High God, or the Most High Power, we shall do valiantly. Right? Keep reading.
For he it is that shall tread down our enemies.
He shall what?
Tread down
Down
our
our
enemies.
What weapons do we need to pick up? None. What, you know what I'm saying? We have to do nothing to our oppressor. Just ignore him. You know what I'm saying? Walk around like, okay, do what you want to do. Me and my people, we're over here.
Exactly.
We'll serve our God. We'll serve our power. You understand? So, although Muhammad Ali did something that would be like honorable in that moment, it's he that endures unto the end, right? By enduring the affliction, the persecution of going in, oh, you don't celebrate birthdays? You not celebrating Christmas? Enduring all of that. It's the part where we got to stop giving into vain help, vain assistance. Which word up here is vain?
Slocker, say it again.
Which word is vain?
Slocker, give me one moment. You said which one was vain? Would it be Slocky? Would it be La Nawa?
I know what. Why is that?
Slocky, I took an educated guess.
Okay, what's so educated about it?
I thought it was this piece of precept right here for vain is the help of man.
Right. I mean, it is that precept though. But my question is, which word is vain and why?
Oh, it's the whole precept. Give me 1 second. I'll try it again. I'm gonna go for I.S.U.P.K.
Okay. So, all right. So, 100 most common words. I'll let you use that. The 100 most common words. It's to your left. It's on the board. Habaha.
What kind of guy?
Which is habaha. What is habaha?
Hot will be
100 most common words. It should be right there to your left. On the board.
on the board.
Next to you see that chart on the left. Right there. Yes, that chart.
Got a point right here.
You go ahead and touch it. To the left.
Oh, where?
All right. 100 most common verbs.
Oh, okay.
Habaha. To give.
It's a lot of difference in so many words.
All right. So, last week we ended the class going over Abanawa, right?
Okay.
Because of the precept, remember, instead of Nawa, it was Wana.
Well, nah.
All right. Even if you don't know Habaha, right? Even if you don't know Habaha, if you're looking on the board, it goes Habaha, La, Nawa, La Nawa. What is Nawa? I don't think you're gonna find like that. I'll be impressed.
I see. Shalaka. I had it.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be impressed if you get it.
It's not to hear, and it's not name.
Actually, you know what? You should have it. Now that I think about it, you should have it. All right, to help you out for time's sake. Nawa is like possessive, right?
Possessive.
Abanawa, right? What's Abba?
Right.
What's Abba?
Abba.
What's father? Abba's father.
Father.
Abba. So Abba's father. So Abanawa.
That would it be our?
Right. So now that Nawa, right, is the suffix essentially for Abba. So Abba's father, Nawa, is our. It's like possessive ours.
Our or
Ours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is our father. You know what I'm saying? O-U-R.
Right. That one. Sorry.
I believe that's how you spell it, man. I don't know. I believe that's how you spell it. Our father.
Correct. It's possessive.
Right. So we have La and we have Lanawa. So it's Lanawa, which is more so like ours. We know it's ours. Right?
God.
So if we're looking at this precept and we read it, which says what? Give us help. Give us help.
Come. Shalakia. La would be 2, right?
Okay.
2 hour.
But that's not in this precept, right?
No, it's not. Sorry.
So what would that be if you were doing the translation? If you just had a guess, what word would pertain to us or is ours? It says
Us, ours. You got us. You got ours.
give us help from trouble, right? So in this particular case, it's like lanawa as pertaining to us or ours. It's us, it's ours. We need help. So give us help. Give us help from our trouble. So if you can go ahead and write us on the board.
On the right side or the left side?
Right underneath Lana what? This is no, yeah, sure, that's fine. All right, so Lana was like us, right?
Okay. So you said a lot of wine was us.
Mm-hmm.
For us.
Right. If Lana was us, then what is Izarath? And what is Habaha?
Will this be help, sir?
Izarath, as in help? Okay, I'll give you that.
Because I was listening from earlier. Give us help. This will be good, right, sir?
Okay.
I was listening from earlier. That's why.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Okay.
Montazar.
So says give us help from trouble. Now, I'm gonna help you out right there. That is not right. That is not correct. Close, but not quite.
It's in there, right? So what's in there?
Okay. Earlier, what is Adam? What is Adama or Adam?
Man.
Okay. What is I?
It's not two. I.
You want to check your notes?
I or I am, sir. If you referring to I by itself, I is either I or I am, depending on the context, sir.
It's not of.
That would be ma or from, ma. But you said I, sir.
Okay. Well, it's of man. Of man. And we have a precept here that just says, give us help from trouble, for vain is the help. For vain is the help of man. So
this would be of man.
essentially.
Okay.
So now you have from trouble, right? And you have from trouble for vain.
Man, be right.
So give us help from trouble, vain of man.
Hold on. Wait. For the vein, okay.
Oh, Slagia. You know what I realized? I knew something was off this entire time.
Salakia, real quick. I'd have had this right though, but I thought this was Bob. That's why. Because from the very beginning, before you put that on there, I knew it was Rob.
That's not the bottom. That's Rob. It's been right the whole time. You keep changing.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, right. I said the right. Yeah.
Relax, man. I already told you, you know what I'm saying, why that was correct.
Right. Because I had it right from the very beginning of the game. I'm thinking this right here was a ba. That's why. Because I saw it right.
Do you see the distinct difference between the ba and the ra?
No, when I saw this though,
Come on.
Salaki. When I saw this though, right here.
Relax. Hold your peace for a second. So this is the part where I knew I was looking at this. I'm like, hold on, something's ain't right. So I'm still looking at what is wrong with this board. There's something seriously wrong with this board. Okay. Baal Anawa, Izarath, right? And it's Izarath, Ratazar. Okay. And then it's Washawa'a. And then what is, oh, that's what it is. Okay. All right. What's up, Rob? You good?
What's up, sir? No. Learning. Squaring myself away.
Mm-hmm. So the piece that is definitely not here, that is crucial, because I'm like, you know what? It's not making sense. Did you figure it out? Why does it make sense?
Why it doesn't make sense?
Right. I'm gonna give you a second.
This right?
Both sides.
Both sides. Give us hope for trouble. From trouble. I'm gonna give us hope from trouble for vain of man. Let's see. Back to that precept.
If I came to you and I just said, "Give us help for trouble for vain of man," wait, what?
For Slaki. Not I caught it. We missing help of man. Help. Help.
All right.
So like I caught it right there when I read the scripture carefully.
Okay.
Wasn't trying to be rude.
Man, hold up. No way. That's what happened.
So Lockie, I'm glad I caught that too. I'm glad you told me to recheck that. That's what made me pop up and say, you know.
All right, you need to Then we have I believe that's more so like Ada. I'll confirm it.
So Salakia, sir.
This is actually what we should have, because this is what the precept reads.
Kind of.
So it reads Habaha, Lanawa, Izarath, Matazar, Slaki, Washa'ah, Dashawa, Ain, and then Adam.
Kind of.
All right. So that Dasha wa I Dasha wa I is that help. That's the help. So remember, give us help, which is Izarath. Right? Izarath. And if we look up top, we see Izarath. And then down below we have Dashawa, right? What is Dasha? What is Da as a precept, preposition?
Salakia, give me 1 second. Thou or thief, sir. You know, it's interesting, sir.
What's that?
Salakia, I think another reason why you did that a couple minutes ago, because you was actually testing me to see if I was paying attention too. Also,
Well, I'm always testing to see if you're paying attention, but that's your it's like that's your ice. That's your ice, and that's the thing where as you write it down, you put stuff on a board. You know what I'm saying? You'll start to see like, wait, it makes sense, but something doesn't look right. You know what I'm saying? So you had the, like, as you read it, you go Haba'a, right? Habaha Lanawa, and then you was like Izabath. You said Izabath. But then it's just like when you wrote it correctly, which was Izarath. Because I don't know what the glance, whatever, you know what I'm saying, just quickly. And that's the thing that I also was trying to state before when it comes down to when you write it, you know what I'm saying, do it as the chart does. Because you see how the ba is, you know what I'm saying, on the right hand side. You see how it is on the chart, right?
Okay.
You see how the ra is on the left hand side.
Okay.
And you see how it is on the chart, right?
Okay.
So if you look to the chart as you're doing a translation, you're less likely to do what?
Make a mistake, sir.
You're less likely to make that mistake.
Okay.
So even though it's possible that it just looks like that's, to me, it looks like it's very disjointed. It's not connected. I would hope that it looked the same to you, but
right. I finally realized it now, right?
If not, you know what I'm saying, you know, just say Salaki, sir, you know, is that the ba, or is that the ra, or is this the connector? Like asking the question, you know what I'm saying, confirming and not assuming. Like, yeah. Anyways, with that being said, we're definitely past the time, Salakia. We're definitely past the time. For anybody who did not stay to the class, they definitely missed out on those parts. In those corrections. That's why it's always important to do what? Pay attention, stay tuned in the class. With that, last class over Slovakia. Trooper Equatazar.
Here, this is Trooper Yaquatazar. I'm here to make the security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commandant General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are able to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a sick brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, which means 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We have what's called the Feast of Tabernacles. Is that right, sir?
Good.
And also towards the end of October, there will be the Houston Cookout. What's the date on that, sir? I believe
it's the 28th.
Starts from the 28th of October going forward. The Houston Cookout. With that being Salakia, the cookout for Houston will be from the 28th till the 30th of October. Upcoming.
That's it.
Once again, if anybody wants to become a trooper in the school, it is required for you to wear all black, which means black boots, black shirt, black pants, headband, scarf. And with that being said, courtesy salute to the men of Israel. Stand up. Amaja Shabbat, Amaja Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Yazmatah. So we'll give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Sisters, stand up. Amaja Shabbat, Amaja Barak, Yahweh Shamar El Thah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yazmatah. Class dismissed. I'm getting better at it. It's a wild class, sir.